Gotta play that.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, God can make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through.
Make moves. We're gonna make moves. What's
It's
up? What's
Parlay
up,
With Us.
everybody? What's going on? It's a bean. Slow down, son.
Yo, it's been a while, man. We gotta
I
get
know,
this thing
man.
going. I gotta let everybody know what up is Parlay With Us, man. It's Mr. Bean, Stony Cook. What's up, peoples? We back
What's up?
on this team, man. What's going on, man? What's going on, Stony?
What's going on, yo? You know, just happy to be back, man. You know, it's been a while.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
we've been on
We
a
ain't been
little
we ain't been
hiatus,
on
but
we ain't been
you know,
on this tube going on a minute. Yeah, what's
busy.
up? What's up? What up? What up? What
We
up? What up,
busy,
Reggie?
man.
What up, what up, Reggie? What up, D? What
Yes,
up? What up?
sir.
617. What up,
What's
Boston?
good?
You're
What's
right.
good?
What's up, Boston? What's going on, peoples? What's up, Roxbury, Dorchester,
Right.
Mattapan, Hyde Park? What up? What up?
That's right.
Yeah, what's
Shout out
going
my
on,
man
my
Reggie
peoples?
Waller. Was good, man.
What up, Reggie?
We here back for another one.
Back for another one, man. Yep. Listen, it's Parlay With Us, guys. Got to say it again. Like and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit those notifications. Make sure you get that bell going, man. And keep checking us out, man. Like, you know, we're trying to do our thing. We're back on here. We was on a little hiatus for about a week or so.
We've been cooking.
Little bit about a week, you know, but we got a couple things cooking, man. It's the summertime, so we was all trying to get in a little summertime things going on, you know, enjoying a little family stuff and things like that. So that's what's been going on. So we'll be back up here. I'm up in the studio here at Parlay With Us, and my man Stony Cook is back on live. So yeah, we're doing our thing, man. So today's subject and today's topic on live is the ESPN firings. Everybody, NFL players suspended for gambling. That's a good one.
Crazy.
And other entertainment news
Entertainment
on
news,
Parlay
you
With
know.
Us podcast. So yeah, what's going on, man? So what we got? What you want to start today with, man?
Yo, man, the layoffs at ESPN. I mean,
Hey man,
listen, I remember there was a time
you wouldn't even think that would
when
happen. There was a time and you wouldn't even think that would happen, you know?
I can speak for a lot of sports fanatics. There was a time where all of us probably wanted to work there someday, you know, like as sports fans and sports fanatics, you know, you feel like you made it when you're there, you know, as a sports anchor, sports commentator, your show. Some of them had their own shows. Some of them were like a staple for that network. And I used to watch them like, wow, man, they got a great job, man. Just talking sports, man. They doing their thing.
Bear with me.
And, man, look at that, man. It just went different, you know, on that level for those ESPN employees. And I don't know, man. It's time. Is the economy that bad, or are they following the same model as all these other companies where they just cutting back?
Man. I don't know, man. Let me see what Reggie got to say on the. He said, "What up with that layoff, though?" Yeah, I mean, yo, I look at it like this, man. With the creation of social media and YouTube and other sites out there that people can use to advance or even further their career, what they call independently. I don't know if that's the main reason, knowing that I don't know, I can't say if YouTube is actually taking any kind of juice away from ESPN when it comes to sports. Analyzing and commentating like that. I know ESPN, I know YouTube is trying to get into the sports game where they're going to be showing lives on their YouTube TV platform, where they're trying to get an NFL contract on a YouTube TV platform. For some games. I don't know if it's Thursdays or something like that. They trying, So with that being said, you know, some of these guys, as you can see, you know, there's been a ripple effect if you think about it. Look, it's
Yeah.
Shannon just stepped away, and then all of a sudden you start hearing all these news. And I'm not saying it coincides with each other,
No,
but
I don't think so.
like you
I
said,
think
these
that they
companies are
separate.
looking to cut back, and they looking at shows that's probably right now not producing too much ratings. I don't know. I mean, I don't watch all these shows to know if all these, most of these shows, are producing good ratings. Okay, for instance, look at this kid, the baseball dude. I think he's a baseball dude. He has a show with the guy with the Dan Lebertar and what's the black dude's name? You know who I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, man. But they,
Beaumont something. What's his name?
yeah, but
You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
but they're
They got
not.
like a funny type of show with
Yeah,
the Latin dude,
I
with
don't
the
think they're on
Latin
there no
dude.
more. I don't think that show comes on anymore.
Right. So I think he already moved on. The black dude on the show. I forget his name. He moved on to another show, like he had his own show that came off of that. And it seems
Right.
like these shows are not like holding the type of ratings. Look, I heard they got Max Kellerman got hit,
Yeah, but
right?
he already got axed from a show already, so
Right, but I'm just
it was
saying
just
the personalities that they had. Oh, Susie Colbert, she got hit,
Susie Colbert. You know,
right?
listen. You know what I think.
I mean, she's,
You know what I.
think about this though. I'm not saying nothing. It's not even trying to be sexist or whatever. Maybe they looked at her as she's getting long in the tooth in the game, and then they got these young girls on screen doing sideline commentating coming up. Maybe that's the new trend that's going to be coming into the ESPN studios. These younger girls and these younger cats that you see out there doing some of this sideline commentating stuff that you don't even like. Oh, who's her? Like, okay, but she looks okay. You feel what I'm saying? That they bring it in. I think it could be youth. I think it could be a fresh look. Who knows? I to me, I don't think Disney's losing money like that.
Listen. This
Especially not
this
on
this
sports and sports
this is what I
contracts.
think is going on. I think all of them are making too much money. They paying
Mm,
too much money to a lot of these sports analysts. Too much
mm,
money. And then it
mm.
came to a point where Disney looked and said, "Whoa, this payroll is kind of chunky.
Right, right,
Um, I don't think we need to give Kellerman this much. I don't think we need to give Keyshawn that much. Jalen.
right. Yeah, they killed. Yo,
I think
yeah.
that Disney is
They
trying to
got rid of
like
Jalen Rose too, right?
right,
Yeah. So
but you
man,
got to
they got
remember
a lot of people
these
got
people
dipped
been
off.
these people been on these ESPN networks for a long time. They've
Mm,
been on for a while. One, two, they've been making money for a while.
mm-hmm,
And I think it just came to a point where Disney's like, look, man, we could have this uh, quality of shows,
mm-hmm,
but I don't think we need to pay all of these guys all this money because I think all of them was getting paid, all of them,
mm.
and I think that's what it
Oh
came
yeah,
down
they
to.
probably all was
That's what it
getting
came
good
down to.
contracts. Yeah, they probably
Yeah,
were all getting
Disney
good
Disney got
contracts.
this, but that goes to show you Disney got money, but they deal with a different math. And when they look at their budget, they look at uh, the future and the longevity of the network. They feel like we could minimize the payroll by kind of like not having all these shows, not having all these
Mm-hmm,
sports analysts making all this money. We
mm-hmm,
could have a couple of them that could make up for maybe four or five. It's you know what it is. You know how it is
mm-hmm,
with a lot of. It's like
mm-hmm.
with everything. So um,
Hmm.
I think that it came down to that. because when I look at the list of all
So
these
yeah,
people,
what's the list looking like, man? Let me
oh
know,
man,
because I kind of paid attention a little bit, but
and it's some good people
but I
here,
know
man.
that
Like
I know the list looks good though. I mean, there's some it's
it's,
not like these are nondescripts here.
well, I mean, I'm not gonna name everybody, but I can name a few people that I feel like that's really good that they shouldn't have they shouldn't have let go, or they shouldn't have laid off. They shouldn't have laid off Susie Colbert. Off top, I think
Yeah, she's like a
that
veteran.
personality just fits with
Yeah.
ESPN. Like just it's just that person that fits. I mean, look at Chris Berman. Why are they laying his old ass off? Don't
They letting
disrespect, but
Berman getting laid off?
hell
Berman?
no, he didn't get laid off.
Oh,
But he doesn't. He's not the thing. But he's different though. It's not. He doesn't have a show.
he
He
doesn't
comes
have
on
it
every
every
so
day.
often. But
Right.
they still giving him that bag though. He's still
Right.
getting that for those little small appearances that he make during football season.
Right.
He's still getting paid. But they
Right.
ain't lay him off. Kellerman, yeah, I mean he's boxing. I think
Right. That's
Kellerman,
boxing. Right.
he played himself on First Take with his ways and his stubbornness and just
Uh-huh.
a lot of garbage debates he had. That's why he got the
He
axe
didn't
over there.
survive.
He
Yeah.
had it coming
Yeah.
for him, especially with the whole Brady Cliff. I think that's what got him out of that show.
Oh,
But come
okay.
on, you talking about Todd McShay? He's good, man. He's really good. I don't know why they laid
Oh,
him off. He's good when it
they
comes to
got rid of
college
Todd
football.
McShay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Todd McShay.
Todd
That's the
McShay, man, he's good,
Todd
man.
McShay. That's the college football dude. That's
Yo, he's good.
Isn't he the dude on Saturday morning football? Like
Right. Exactly.
what they call that? What they call that on Saturday mornings,
I
man?
don't know. Saturday morning college
N-
football. Something like
Nah,
that. The
they have
college
a
pregame
name
show.
because I like that Saturday morning football, college football shit. It's him. What's the dude name that won the Heisman Trophy?
Oh,
Desmond Howard.
Desmond Howard.
It
He's
was
good.
him.
Desmond
Yep, it
Howard's
was
good.
him.
He's still there.
Desmond
He didn't get
Howard.
fired.
And the old man, the old dude, the old coach that usually
Yeah, the
come
old
on
guy
there,
that be putting on the hat. Forgot
that be
his.
putting on exactly. So
He's still there.
how they get rid of Todd McShay? He's part of that like that trio with that
Well,
whole
yeah, man, he fits well with that show. I didn't understand that, man. And Keyshawn Johnson, man, Keyshawn Johnson is good, man.
yeah.
Good.
See,
Yeah, listen.
see how you would
Listen,
say Keyshawn
he's
was all
good.
right.
His
He needed to stick to NFL Sundays though. He
he's
shouldn't
good
be
though.
on the first takes and stuff.
No,
like
but he wasn't on First Take. He'll make guest appearance. He
I
had his own.
understand.
He had his own show with
who?
Kellerman. It was Kellerman, Jason Williams. It was. That's what the show was called.
That's
It was
right.
Keyshawn, Jay Will, and Kellerman, like something like that. They had their
Yeah.
show. That show got canceled, and they all of them went with that show.
Right.
But when Keyshawn made guest appearance on on First Take or any show, when he made appearance, his sports analysis was just so on point, and he gave you a different point of view with a lot of topics and debates. He was really good, man. Very knowledgeable. Remember,
Don't get me wrong.
He
I didn't say
retired not too long
Keyshawn
ago,
wasn't.
so
I just
he was
thought
really
that
good, man.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think Keyshawn wasn't like that real camera presence. I'm not saying I got camera presence.
Maybe not
You
a
know
host.
what I mean? But he wasn't. There you go. I don't think
Maybe not a host
he could run his own
material.
show like that in that sense. But yeah, I can't believe Keyshawn was one of the major names on there too. Yo, that's ESPN cleaning house, man. But
They
you know
cleaning
who
house, man.
you
It
know
comes
what
down
you know who they couldn't clean house on, and I wish they would have. You
They-
know,
but they might. He might.
you know.
Well, he said he might get the axe too.
Stephen A needs to
Yeah,
go.
he might go.
Stephen A.
I don't
needs
think
to
he's
go.
somebody they need
But
to
you know why
preserve.
they won't get
Like-
rid of Stephen A? Let me tell you why, my man. Stephen A. They need that rah-rah and he brings that juice that
Right.
no other commentator or analyst is bringing to the game in ESPN right now. He's loudmouth, in your face. He can eat his words on some things, and then some things he don't back down.
Right.
So and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't like Stephen A. I think what Stephen A. bring to the game is good, but sometimes I think Stephen A. needs to stick to certain things, and sometimes he goes too far when he is commentating on these guys' personal life. That's where I get kind of like I could take it or leave it with Stephen A. Because when he gets too personal with these guys' lives and telling them what they should do and what they shouldn't do and how much a fool they are and this one's an asshole and this one's a jerk, he goes too far there. You can make a comment and say, hey, if you knew better, do better, or learn from your mistake, or need some mentoring, or give me a call, my brother. I can, probably lead you in a better, like some time of that type of stuff when he's commenting on some of these young cats that's out there not doing good in any professional sport. He always seemed to have a good negative intake about these people. Not to saying that these guys are paying me or doing anything me no favor. It's neither here nor there. I am a sports fan, and so I, as being a fan and watching the game, different sports for all these years, I think I have the right to like say something that, you don't even need to go that route with them type of dudes. Where that's why I don't I could take it or leave it with Stephen A. But what he bring to the ESPN genre, he brings he brings pizzazz and shock and awe. They love that shock and awe type of commentating. To get people up and flustered when he says certain things. But you never know. That's why he's hanging. He's not going to go nowhere no time soon. Before you see Stephen A. get the axe, man, they'll come out with a couple. The first take will get scrapped, and they'll come out with something completely different. But he's trying to make a move too. Don't think Stephen A. ain't trying to make a move. That's why he has the Stephen A. podcast. That's not just for shits and giggles. Because if everything works out right with the Stephen A. podcast, he get picked up by Spotify or Apple or anything like that. Boom, he's out of there.
Yeah,
See
I
you
mean,
later, ESPN. I'm good because that's big time money there. That's the type of money this dude Joe Rogan and them dudes be getting from Spotify and Sirius and all that. And I'm sure he already got a serious show. He got a serious satellite radio show, but I'm talking about um audio live podcasts like what we're trying to do here right now on YouTube on a platform where they giving him a contract. You see what I'm saying? Then you'll see maybe Stephen A. don't need ESPN. That's what we're trying to do. Me and you, we're trying to put our content out there and our platform out there on us being regular guys, out here who love the sport and love the game and giving our intake on what we see out there, not on the personal stuff, but more on the professional stuff. And sometimes if you're a goofball on on personal shit, we'll call you a goofball. That's it. You know what I mean? If you do something goofball, because if I was a professional ball player and had all that, what they call God-given talent and the luck of the draw, right? Would I be messing that up? No, I don't think so. But that's basically training. That's a different mentality. You know what I mean? I'm 40 something years old, so almost 50. So maybe based on my old school upbringing, I wouldn't even do that. But these young kids, they don't have that type of upbringing. Their upbringing is different. So that's why I see why Stephen A be getting in their ass, because some of these kids ain't bright. But at the same time, you got to teach them too. But on to the next subject, man. We already said, talked about the firings. I mean, you named some good names out there, that should be still surviving in they'll be back. There's Fox Sports, and like I said, you're gonna see. Trust me, trust me when I tell you, my man, you're gonna see a lot of these dudes with these independent shows. Same thing like what we're doing. We're independent, right? You're gonna see a lot of these guys, and I'm sure some of them are doing it already, but they doing it on radio, stuff like that. But you're gonna start seeing a lot of these dudes on YouTube shows. A lot of them YouTube shows, but they're gonna have them the same way that we watch the Pivot and we watch what's the other one? The same way we watch the don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They're not too loud. I can hear pretty good. The same way we watch the Pivot and we watch the other athlete, I Am Athlete podcast, and the same way we watch Gym Drink Champs. Those guys was able to blow those platforms on YouTube just based on who they were, right? They're not what we call grassroots. We're grassroots, homegrown sports analysts. We analyze. We don't commentate because we're not sitting here watching a game and commentating it unless we're watching it live or something like that while something's going on, and we could give you a little, oh man, he shouldn't have did that. That's commentating or whatever because we're watching it live. But we're analyzing what we saw, what's going on in the sports, what happened in the game, what happened, what could happen in the next game. So that's a little bit of analyzing, right? Being an analytic, as you want to call it, right? Maybe a little messed up with the word. But, those guys, you're going to start seeing them dudes come on to the YouTube platform the same way we're on this podcast trying to build this podcast. You're going to see a lot of these guys start dropping their own joint. And they're going to have what I was trying to say in the beginning, I'm not getting lost in it, but what I was trying to say, they have the recognition and they have a little bit of the finance, right? To pay for certain type of people to make their shows attractive, right? And by having guests, superstar guests, friends, and things like that, people they meet, that brings in the subscribers, that brings in the likes, that brings in the algorithms, and it hits it and it explodes it. Why you think these dudes on the Pivot with think about it, with Shannon Crowder, Clark, and Freddie T, why you think them dudes is on a YouTube platform? They did the same thing they was doing before with I Am Athlete, but they brought their own independent. Everything they got going on now, they have sponsors that's helping them. Now they growing, right? But before that, they said it. They went and brought their own equipment. They pay for their own travels when they go to different sites and meet up with players and stuff like that on their turf and things like that. They put their own money into that, and by putting their own money into it, they're able to they reap the benefits when that time comes. They algorithm, yes, it's probably paying them. Who knows what they're getting paid from YouTube, Google. We don't even know, right? But when you look at their shows and you watch their shows, you can see that their views are there, 1 million and something views, this, that, and the third. They got over almost 1 million subscribers, things like that. Or, that's money in the bank. Now you got sponsors. Now you got people saying, hey, yeah, man, we're going to sponsor your shit, man. Like, just give us a shout. Talk about our beer, talk about our salsa, talk about our whatever. Put it in the background so people can see it and give us a little shout out. Hey, next time you're around, drink a such and such. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, you're getting a check every month for whatever, based on whatever kind of deal you worked out. That's what we're looking to do. So that's where what's going to happen with a lot of these guys who's going to leave the mainstream platform of ESPN. They're going to jump into this, what they call social media, web-based platform. Because even people are streaming. This is streaming platform. I mean, streaming, right? Um, a lot of people are leaving cable. A lot of people are not paying for cable no more. Why? Because they're gonna stream everything. And when they streaming anything, most sometimes they might have, okay, I got a subscription there, I got subscription there, I got subscription there. What YouTube and Apple and them are fighting for, and Amazon Prime, they fighting for those subscribers who want to watch TV. You see what I'm saying? And they want to watch TV. So all these different giants now need to put together platforms where people could say, "Oh, Apple got a good platform. They be having all kind of good shows. You know, a lot of good movies. Apple made movies. Same thing with Amazon. Now YouTube is trying to do the same thing, and YouTube's trying to jump into the podcast game. So with all that happening, people like Disney and them are starting to get to feel the weight of that. That's what's happening. They feeling the weight of these other social media streaming sites growing exponentially that they can't control it. They can't, and then people are leaving cable. People are going to streaming. A lot of people are leaving, especially young folks. Young cats ain't buying no cable, bro, and paying $200-300 a month. You crazy? Young cats are paying $25 for some Wi-Fi, and then they gonna stream whatever they want off of their TV because there's gonna be a smart TV or they damn tablet, app, laptop or phone. And you know what I mean? So that's where I see the ESPN, these guys with that ending this topic. That's what's gonna end up. These guys are gonna end up on these streaming sites. And these streaming sites are going to grow. They might even expand it. You never know. You might see Amazon with an Amazon Sports.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Amazon
Yeah.
Sports, YouTube Sports, Apple Sports. That means they're going to have their own professional athletes in a studio streaming from an Apple studio, from a whatever studio, whatever it is, they're going to be backed by these big giants. No need for ESPN and ABC. You see what I'm saying? And Fox. That's what's happening. That's why that whole thing what happened when you was talking about direct TV leaving NFL leaving direct TV to now they're gonna be presented by who? Amazon? Right?
YouTube bought it.
YouTube bought it. So YouTube now has the rights to what? The Sunday ticket. Think
Right.
about that. And right now they got a deal on people. I think if you could try to get it before the beginning of preseason, you're gonna get a monthly deal for a sweet price. This is I just told you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
YouTube is going in. No, now they got the Sunday ticket. How they gonna commentate and announce and do all that stuff for YouTube Sunday ticket? They're gonna need players. They're gonna need athletes. They're gonna need people, professionals, former commentators that used to work for ESPN and Fox and all these places. Now they're gonna be on YouTube, getting paid big money too. YouTube got the money. Google, Google got the money. You see what I'm saying? So, yep, we're done with that topic, but that's what's going to happen there. Next is the NFL players suspended for gambling. That's your thing. You know about this gambling. I understand. I kind of feel my way about it. My only thing I feel about, I can understand the integrity of them betting on their own team or themselves. But if you bet outside your team, I don't even think that should be an issue.
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously they doing something that's showing that they're making those bets, and the problem is that when you're a player that's playing for a certain sport, and then you making those bets in that very same sport, it could be a problem there.
Mm-hmm. Now I understand. I see that part, but like I said, I had I my thoughts about it was long as that you wasn't betting on your team. Now let's go back to the if you're talking about betting players betting on teams. The number one most famous player to be banned for betting on him on baseball was Pete Rose. Was it because he bet on baseball or was it because he bet on Cincinnati Reds?
Well, he bet on baseball. It don't even matter. I mean, you're coaching the team. They don't know if he's
Was
betting
he a
on his
player
own
he was
team.
a player coach at the time, right?
No, he was a coach. He was a
Okay.
manager, not even a
Oh,
coach. He was a manager. He managed the Cincinnati Reds, and you can't do that. He bet on baseball. I mean, there's no telling.
now this is before the way gambling is today, though.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
way gambling, think about it. The way gambling is today, don't you think he should be exonerated
No,
by now? By
no,
now, though, not
no,
exonerated, but at
no,
least exempt now. Like, okay, man, you served your time. You could get in the Hall of Fame. You're Pete Rose.
no, no.
Why?
Absolutely not. I disagree because it's the integrity of the game. I mean,
So, okay,
you,
integrity of the game. I can understand that. But okay, so did he harm it
yes, yes.
at that
We don't
time?
know that for a fact. We don't know if he played a part in certain games and certain outcomes, certain scores. It's just it's the integrity of the game. I mean, you're the manager. I mean, who knows? He probably kind of compromised the game due to the bet he made. I mean, there's a lot of things that was unknown. He did bet on his team. That was documented.
Okay.
And just the fact that you're a manager in baseball, you just can't bet on baseball. As far as the penalty that he had to pay, maybe it was a little harsh keeping him out of the Hall of Fame. It's unfortunate because he was a great player. As a player, he
Yeah,
was
he got
great.
a
Man.
lifetime ban, and part of the
Oh yeah,
lifetime
yeah. I mean,
ban is him not being able to get into the Hall of Fame
so it
too.
goes to show you, man. There's things that they probably know that they didn't put out there. I mean, this thing was serious with P Rose. It was serious. It was very serious, and they felt like that we just can't have this guy doing anything with baseball, you
Right.
know, let alone be a manager.
Right.
So they felt like his actions were severe for the game and integrity.
Right.
So he's one of the first ones I would say that got suspended like that, and it was in
Mm-hmm.
or you know one of the first high profile people to get caught up in the whole
But you,
gambling on sports and gambling on his own team, just like these players.
yeah.
These players were placing bets.
But don't you think way before Pete Rose, there was gambling, players was gambling way
Yeah, but these
before?
rules were in place. These were policies. It's like when you start a
No, no,
job.
no, 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 no. No, no. I totally understand what you're saying, but don't you think there Pete Rose was not just the only guy back from them type of days, and even way back in the days, some of the greats maybe what they might call greats. Don't you think they had little side bookies on the low and they were making bets and
Yeah,
different?
absolutely. He just got caught.
There you go.
Absolutely, he just got caught. So these other players, they just got caught. They didn't do it
Yeah.
in a
So
way where they couldn't get caught. I mean,
so these dudes was
it's
these
not
dudes was
nobody's fault but
betting.
them.
They were betting what online betting? Was it online
Well,
betting?
I mean, they didn't say how they was betting, but obviously it was a way where they was able to get detected. They made bets where they was able to track it down to them making that bet. If they were smart, they would have sent other people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing I think about. Like, if I'm a bet as a player, knowing that it's against the policy, man, I should send my brother or not even send one of my people or something,
Right.
because I mean, they didn't detail how they got caught, but that's just what happened. They got uh, suspended for betting on football. So they got
I
caught.
think I
However
think
way they got caught, but they didn't detail how they got caught. But I'm sure
yeah.
they made these bets where they was able to trace it back to them.
Yeah, I was reading some of it like they were betting like it was player bet, player props, man. Player prop bets, that type
Right.
of stuff. That's the
Which
type
is
of stuff
dangerous.
they
Which
would.
is dangerous. Which is dangerous. It compromises the game. I mean, think about it. You sometimes you wonder why a player may do this or why a player does that, and you just can't play around with that.
Right.
The NFL, they're not playing any games with that. It's a very dangerous situation.
But you know what? I think they created a monster in a way because they got into bed with the friggin' gambling game, bet gambling concepts. Just gambling. Period. They got into bed with gambling. DraftKings, you name it, whoever you want to call out there. I just don't want to say DraftKings, but MGM betting, you whatever you want to call it, man. Like they in the bed, they're in bed with the major gambling casino sites and all that other stuff. It's part of the business now, but you're right. It's one thing for the league to be okay or now integrating into sports betting, but it's a next thing for the players to be compromising the outcomes of games. And that's because what that do, that takes away the nostalgia or the even the realness factor of of the game. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
know, so
absolutely,
so
absolutely.
yeah, so that's what I think would happen. Because people won't think it's real anymore. It's like people find out like WWF was fake. You know, I used to like wrestling. I thought wrestling was crazy, but then when I found out people was using razor blades out of their mouth, cutting heads and making people bleed out, and doing fake stuff, I figured out that okay, wrestling's fake. You know, not saying the skill is not real. The skill is real because that's what they're doing. They performing a skill that if it was real, it can hurt people, right? It can damage you, but it wasn't real in a sense, right? Because they weren't, some of these, some of the wrestling stuff wouldn't have probably people wouldn't have survived, right? So that's how we know it was fake. DDTs and shit like that, power driver. You could break somebody's neck, right? So, so with that sense, that's why I know with with you know they they can't have the player just nilly willy placing bets out there in the atmosphere because he in another cohort, which means it could be a friend from another team, and they know they're going to meet in week 16. I'm just throwing a week out there. Maybe they're going to meet in week 6, and one from one team and the next from one team, like, yo, listen, boom, 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 yo, this is what we're gonna do, da da da, right?
Yeah, yeah, no,
And now,
absolutely,
and now
absolutely.
now they compromised the outcome of the game because one of them could be a star receiver, and the next one could be a star defensive guy. You know what I mean? On either side of the ball or whatever the position they play, right? So, and if they friends and they know, yo, you bet on da da da, I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna do this, and you know what I mean? Don't worry, I got you. And that's where that's what that comes into play, and that's what the integrity comes into play, and I understand that. So, you know, hopefully it's not excessive. Hopefully they can get a slap on the wrist and do a few games, 5, 6 games, half a season or something like that. You know, I wouldn't even say a half a season because that's too much bread these guys gonna miss out on. But suspend them for a couple games, 4 games, they should be good, learn their lesson, you know, and that's that. But to take them away indefinitely, they could be suspended. Well, I heard already a lot of them are suspended for the year. So, you know, but it is the consequence you make when you mess around with the integrity. And would they get a job again? Who knows? The NFL could blackball you.
Yeah, I mean, they know they got to do a better job. I mean, if you're gonna place a bet as a player, man, you just can't. You just can't do it in a way where you're gonna get yourself hot. I mean, these guys obviously got themselves hot.
Right.
Uh, it was being watched. They was being monitored. I mean, this wasn't just they caught them. I'm sure they was watching them and you know doing a surveillance and all types of stuff. But yeah, they just can't do that. I mean, but I'll tell you what, players are going to be on notice because I think these penalties are going to be more severe. I mean, it's not going to be a slap in the wrist. It's going to be like a whole year without pay. They're not
Well,
going to
that's
play
what.
around with that.
But that's
If
what
this
I
if this
think. That's what's
becomes
already.
a
Isn't that
situation,
what? That's what's already happening, right? Suspended for a year without pay, right?
you're right, right. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. I mean, it's happening. I don't know if these players. I don't know if they all got suspended for the year. Let me look it up.
I really didn't. I heard at least the dude from the Colts got a year.
Yeah, yeah, suspended. So a lot of them got suspended indefinitely.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's not a lot of players, and he's well, Isaiah Rogers, he's a good player. I think
Mm-hmm.
he's a starter in the Colts.
Yep.
Free
Who?
agent Demetrius Taylor and some guy named Rashad Berry. So it wasn't a lot of players, but then you had this guy that came back. He's coming back this year. He was good. Well, he got suspended mid-season because he was already out on some other situation. That wide receiver from Atlanta, but he's gonna play for Jacksonville now.
Oh, Calvin
Calvin Ridley.
Ridley.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley. He was out
Oh,
on
he went.
on a personal situation, but when
He
that
went. Yeah,
when
yeah,
that
yeah. I think something to
betting
do with
came up, he
he.
they suspended him for the rest of the year.
So he went to Jacksonville.
He's with Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville's going
Jacksonville
right.
signed him.
Jacksonville's going not because of him. I'm just saying, if he gets his head together, Jacksonville might have a little squad when it comes to receivers on the low.
Yeah, they're gonna be really they're gonna have potential. I mean, on
Excuse me,
paper they
guys.
look good, but
Mm-hmm.
um, we'll just have to see. But yeah, that's definitely for the NFL preview when that comes. But yeah, they do got talent, and they got a great talent in Calvin Ridley joining that squad. That was a good
Right.
pickup. Let's see if they could turn him around because he had a personal
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
situation he was dealing
besides
with.
besides his other
So,
shit, he had something personal where he took that time off. Yeah, I know about that.
but
Yeah.
I wanted to go back just a little bit on the ESPN and all that stuff, just a little bit. I just wanted with Stephen A.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just real quick, Stephen A. made a boatload of money already with ESPN. He made a boatload of money, right? Um, Shannon Sharp made a lot of money with FS1. So what I wanted to add to that, you probably didn't know that Undisputed is going to be on a hiatus for 2 months. because they couldn't find a replacement for Shannon Sharp. Nobody's really talking about that. They can't go on because he left so fast, and they can't find somebody to host that show with Skip, co-host that show,
So
right?
maybe nobody wants to go.
Maybe
How
nobody
come?
wants to, but they're
Because
having problems.
how come they don't do, how they call that, co-host by committee, basically a weekly
They just
co-host. You know,
that's how big of a loss Shannon Sharp was. You understand what I'm saying? That's
right,
how big that loss was. Like it was more serious than what they showed us. They made it
right.
seem like it was gonna be a smooth transition with
Mm-hmm.
him leaving, because that's what happened with Stephen A. When Kellerman left, it was co-hosted by committee. Everybody was on there. But just to touch on it real quick, so we can move on. Um, Stephen A. made a lot of money with ESPN, a lot of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's in a position where no matter what happens, he's gonna be all right. Whether it's the podcast, and I don't think he's at a point where he needs to be somewhere to make money. He just needs to be making money. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like he doesn't need to get that bag somewhere. So to your point, with everybody with the YouTube and the streaming and all the podcasts and all the shows, that's where everybody's settling in at. That's where
Yep.
everybody's getting in their comfort zone.
Yep.
They don't
Because
feel
it's
like
it's
maybe
it's it's independent. They're not being
right,
run by a executives and people who's telling them what to say and what they can't
right.
say.
What to say, what to do. Talk about the daily, you know, the daily affairs that's going on, and all the topics and
Maybe
stuff like
all
that.
the topic, make them throw dirt on people's name. You never know what they
Right.
probably forced
So
them to do to get ratings. So now these guys are going to go out on their own and be able to be themselves.
right. So my thing is Stephen A ain't really, he ain't really stressing that. So it wouldn't come to a surprise if they had let him go and they just start running more of a conventional show where they
Oh,
just got a bunch of interns just doing quick updates and quick interviews and quick this and quick that, quick
yeah.
this, quick, just
That's what I'm
not
saying. They
like
might
they don't need a show to talk about what happened
cut down
in the
all the
NFL,
shows.
or in the NBA
They they
finals. They could just have
they could cut down the shows. One or two shows, man.
right. So they and then just implement other stuff, other things, and um
Show
where
more
where
sport.
they don't have to have a lineup of shows, and that's the problem
They
that
had too much
ESPN
of a
found themselves with. It was
yep.
too many shows, too many
Yep.
shows. But they didn't fire um this guy from Mike Mike
Wilbon?
no,
Not Wilbon, Mike. I know who you're talking about. From
they
Mike
got
and
that
Mike.
show.
He used to be on Mike and Mike.
Yeah, he used to be on Mike and Mike, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
show.
Now he got his own joint.
Yeah,
The
yeah, that
skinny.
show's still going. But there's
Oh, that
people that was
Mike
on
and
that
Mike still
show.
going?
No, no, not Mike and Mike.
Oh,
It's
okay.
that show that he's on.
That show that he's on. Right.
Hold on, I'm gonna find out. But I'm just saying they're not touching him. And he has a show early in the morning that comes on. Damn, they're not gonna touch him because I think that show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's good. He's good. Hold on a second. Mike Greenberg.
Mike Greenberg. That's who it is. Mike Greenberg got a lot
He's
of pull,
good.
though.
He got a lot of pull.
He got a lot of pull.
They're not.
He's a big baseball guy.
I think he's more untouchable than Stephen A.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's a big baseball guy, if I'm not mistaken. Greenberg he used to do a lot of baseball shows. When I used to watch A lot of
Get Up.
ESPN.
Get
Get
Up.
Up.
That's the show.
Yep.
And
Get
all
Up.
those guys were on it that got laid off. They made guest appearances. That's
Yep.
why Keyshawn was good. But um, I think Stephen A. his antics
It's running
it's
out.
start it, it's starting to get kind of like tired because you're starting to see a guy that's more about his personality than actually talking about the subject at hand
Mm-hmm.
and the way his
Mm-hmm.
personality, the way he acts, and the way he just
Mm-hmm.
you get so caught up into how he's acting, like you laughing at him. Hey, look at this dude, more than the
Right.
actual game he's analyzing. Like so,
Right.
he's really you notice that he's really focusing on his personality, and
It's about.
they got
That's what I'm
that from
saying.
dude that passed away. Um, I mean, he gave him props, but Stephen A's taken to another level. Dude,
Oh,
he
Stuart Scott.
Stuart Scott.
But
Stuart Scott wasn't. He had his own flavor.
Stuart Scott
But
was so natural though.
he was
It,
natural. He didn't overdo it.
he didn't overdo it. He was a brother. He showed that he was a brother that could bring some flavor to the sports commentating world. He didn't have to go to as we might say ghetto with it, but he he was able to bring a little bit of street into it, or urban as they might say, right?
Yeah, but
And that's what Stephen A
everybody
took
took
over
from
from.
that.
Think about it. As he passed, Stephen A extended. And not saying that's Stephen A's fault. That's not Stephen A's fault. It's just that so be it. And he took a little bit of that mantra that um Stuart Scott had and he ran with it. But he boistered it a little bit more than what Stuart Scott would do. And ESPN loved it because they needed a new Stuart Scott, and he look how long he lasted with it. You know, so yeah, to get back on that, that's why you know Stephen A. could survive in
Yeah,
Greenberg or whatever.
I just wanted to like say that he's gonna be all right. Like he's he's not worrying about it because he already made a lot of money with ESPN, man. And I'm not saying that's the only reason why he's not stressing it, but I'm sure he's ahead of the game. I'm sure there's people around him telling him, what's the next wave, what's the next thing, what to look out for, how you could, maintain your existence and you know his options um in case the ESPN thing doesn't work out because I think he's due for a contract. I mean, he has
Who,
a
Stephen A?
yeah, he's due for a contract. I'm not sure how much he has left, but he's due because somebody he was doing an interview and somebody had mentioned it, like because they gave somebody I forgot what it was. I think they gave somebody. Oh no, there's somebody that's a higher paid sports ESPN host than him. There's an ESPN host that's higher paid than him, and they try to make fun of him about it. Like, damn, Steven, they making more money than you, and he was laughing like, well, you know, that's fine, that's now, but my turn to be coming up, so I'll trust me, they're gonna take care of me.
Right, right,
They're gonna
right.
take care of me. Like he mentioned that on an interview. It was like a little interview, and he gave a little bit of that. But I just felt like Disney. I mean, we're gonna get off this topic because we got other stuff to get into. But they look like it's too many shows, too many high paid sports analysts. They got a all-star lineup. It's not making any sense. The economy is different right now. People are not really watching ESPN networks like that. People are streaming. People listening to podcasts. People are going to other different outlets to like get this content. So why are we gonna pay all these guys all this money? Think about it. It's like with the Yankees, real quick. The Yankees, they're gonna change their philosophy pretty soon too. They got all these $100 million players on that team, and they're not even nowhere in contention right now.
Right.
They haven't been doing nothing for years, but yet they're bringing in those tickets in. But it comes a time where the math starts to become a big topic, even with the richest of the richest, like Disney.
Right.
The
Right.
math just becomes a situation where, like, look, man, we just can't continue in this direction financially because we could go out of business, like that's Bed Bath and Beyond.
Like everybody, right?
A lot of people, boy,
So a lot of people taking a
closing up
hit,
shop, man.
closing up shop. A lot of stuff is closing up shop, man. That's the sign of the times.
Yes, it is.
You know,
But that applies to all of us.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You,
Definitely.
you can't be buying like the same polo shirt in like 4 different colors, man. You got to, you got to
We got
slow
temper.
down.
You got to temper that down. I can't believe the way that we're getting off the sports.
Oh yeah, but yeah,
We're
that's
cool. We could tell we're literally 56 minutes into this podcast here, and wow, I like that ding of the bell. So that was 56 minutes into this podcast, and with that being said, I think we're gonna kind of like segue ourselves or outside of sports and into some sport and some not sports into some entertainment news.
yeah.
And I know you might have some stuff to talk about on entertainment world going on.
Yeah.
Um, you know, there's other stuff than life than sports. So yeah, I got a couple things on my mind. Somebody dropped a gem on me about something, and I don't know what some people might think about this, but um, I'll drop it in a minute. But so what you think is going on in the entertainment or worldly news or what's going on?
The all white 4th of July party that Mike
Yeah,
Rubin
yeah, I saw that.
hosted.
I guess it was a star-studded event. You saw everybody, the who's was there.
Right. Like it was huge, man. It was the
It,
who's like
it's
everybody
like
was there.
I know they all rub shoulders, they all rub elbows. It's cool. It looks good for the cameras and all that other stuff. But you know, I don't know. I don't know. I hate to be that way. There's some people who were so excited to see this stuff on Instagram and things like that and TikTok and like, oh, look at the all white party. Oh, there's the baby. Oh, there's this one. There's little baby. There's this one. There's Jay-Z. There's this one. There's Beyond. And I'm like, there's so much other shit going on in the world. Like, what is these people really like? I mean, it looks cool and all. Don't get me wrong. I don't even want to be a Debbie Downer about the whole shit. But if they're gonna come, I look at it like this. Put it this way, you know me. Sometimes, sometimes my wife and my kids call me Malcolm Farrakhan because I'm always on some, what could we be doing better to advance our people? And when I see stuff like that, and it's good to have a good time. It's summertime, right? Whatever. 4th of July, whatever. When is when I look at it like this, when I see things like that, when all these stars and multimillionaires come together in these big platforms like that, make it about something though, because there's so much going on in the world, right? And if I was Mark Rubin or whatever, right?
Mike
This Mike Rubin, whatever. If I was him, And that was I had that type of connections, as they might say. I'm connected in the world because I'm who I am, you know, and you can bring all these people together in one good swoop. These people with big purses, right? And you're bringing them in to have a great time, right? Bring them in to have a great time to do something for something. There's so much going on in the world where people are like freaking going through hell in all kind of aspects, all kind of fronts. I don't know. There's fronts in there's 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 all kind of fronts that need help. When I say fronts, there's all kind of situations in the world that need help. All kinds, all kind of situations. Kids, men, women, old people, you name it. There's all kind of situations. So if I was him, that big rare white party with all those, you got more people. Everybody who got more money in America is in one place. Yo, you coming through? It's a $5,000 dinner plate, and that money's going towards whatever, building a school in a trade school in Chicago. Make it about something, bro. So that's my little thing about it. It's cool. I don't want to throw a downer on the whole thing. It's cool to see it. Everybody loves to see this stuff on Instagram, and they all got their bling, and everybody look with their Ferragamos and all this crazy shit. That's cool, bro. I think that shit is cool. I like it too. But make it mean something though. Cause y'all got the resources and the bread. So make it mean something. That's my little take about that shit. I hate to throw that out there, but I'm keeping it real. It's like look, I was in DC this week. Just came back yesterday, right? So I was in DC for a week. Spent the 4th of July in DC. Was able to go out on the since we just talking entertainment, right? So I was able to go out on the National Mall and watch the fireworks alongside. Damn, I wish I could probably show you guys a little clip, and alongside what I would call um the National Mall. So we was on the National Mall. We went out there to watch the fireworks, watching the what do you call those things? The backdrop of the Washington Monument and shit. It was cool, man. And I was around DC for those days, man, and I just see two worlds out there. And I'm living in Boston too, and it's not like I can't see the two worlds out there. But I see two worlds out there, and the two worlds I see that I'm starting to see, I hate to say it, bro, is the haves and the haves nots. I would never thought I would be, live to see the day when you could really see that in full living color, the haves and the have nots. Like I'm watching people living in destitute, and then people right next to them, like one block away, or even right across the street, is living in luxury. You know, watching, you know, the homeless outside, right outside my daughter's campus, right outside a prestigious school. People are sleeping in little cuts and alleyways, and it kind of like it's a reflection, man, of um everybody needs help out here. I walk past in back of my daughter's apartment, God spare life and health, by being blessed. My daughter moved into a decent place, like what we would have here in the Ink Block downtown Boston, one of these fancy ass condos with rooftop pools and bars and all kind of shit and fancy shit inside a gym and all this shit. And not saying that it's cheap either, but you know, by the grace of, Jah, God, whoever you believe in, we're able to help this situation. But bro, I stepped outside multiple times to walk the dog, right? And as I'm doing my dog walker, I watched and I see this man curled up. And this was the whole friggin' time I was there. 5 days. And he was in the alleyway in the back of my daughter's building where the trash compactor and stuff is. And her building is a Whole Foods right downstairs. So go figure, bro. Right? And I walked past this dude multiple times in the same spot, curled up in this little corner, sleeping. Like I could tell I'm out there in the morning, I'm out there at night for those 4 or 5 days, walking the dog, as I would call it. And at night, bro, I'm paying attention to my car, my pickup, the not the pickup, but the rental car in the parking lot. I'm paying attention to it to make sure, because my daughter tell me, "Oh, watch out! They be breaking in cars for no reason out here, just busting windows to see what people got in there." So I was always paying attention to the car and making sure I don't get a ticket and all kind of stupid shit. And man, one night I saw so much rats running around, right? Because they doing so much construction over there, all these new fancy buildings, new parking lots, all that shit. They digging everywhere. And this man is living right. I asked Maya, I said, my daughter, I said, do you think he sleeps there when these rats, because I can't stand them, when these rats are just running around in the back here because of all these dumpsters and stuff? She said, yeah, he probably just covers his bar. She said, she's used to it. She goes to college right there. They wrap up and cover themselves and make sure they don't get to their face or whatever, and they will sleep right there, and the rats will crawl around them. Bro, that hurt my feelings, yo. You know what I mean? Because here I am. I know coming from, you know what I mean? And here I am living upstairs in not it's my daughter's apartment, but here I'm upstairs in a nice cozy apartment with AC and all kind of shit and fancy shit. And this man is downstairs. Now I know sometimes it's the choices they make, and sometimes it's not choices. It could be mental, it could be whatever, it could be situations. And I really felt for him. I didn't even know this dude. I went back one day, the other day before I left. I had a couple of dollars in the truck. I pulled it out because I was gonna walk past him and give him the change. When I walked past, the blankets and everything was there, but he was gone. I walked past there again, and before I left that afternoon, I had to go dump some more of the boxes my daughter had in the dumpster in the back. I walked past to look for him. He's gone. Now he probably was out on his daily walk to go look for money and panhandle and stuff like that. Now, you get what I mean? So when I hate to bring this stuff up, and everybody probably say like this dude always got some kind of story, but yo, that when you see stuff like that, and it's not like I'm in a culture shock like I've never saw it before, man. We was just in New York, me and you together, a holiday back in Christmas time. We saw all kind of crazy shit going on in New York City, right? My family's from New York. I know about New York, right? But when I seen that, it kind of like it kind of like it gives you a perspective in life, like, you know, and that's why I brought up this Mike Rubin thing. We all got to do something, even though it's the littlest things, the smallest things, to help society out here. Cause yo, it's it's shitty outside, bro. what I'm telling you. And I'm just dropping knowledge right now, and people probably don't see it. You see what I'm saying? They probably don't understand it. They probably thinking I'm just rambling. I'm not rambling. I just lot. That was real life experience that I saw. You know what I mean? And then you got people who just walk past these poor, destitute people like they nobody, bro, and walk up in their fancy ass fucking apartment like it's nothing, dude. You know what I mean? That shit to me is like, where's the humanity, bro? No, I'm not saying bring them into your home because somebody would say that to me. So would you bring them in your house and let them sleep on your couch? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying I would try to figure out, hey, brother, you need some help in some way? Hey, brother, you need a drink? It's 100 degrees out here. You want a water? You don't walk past that somebody every time. Like I'm talking about, I'm seeing people walk past this man 10, 15, 20 times a day. Motherfuckers walking with their doggy, not walk the dogger, walking with their doggy. Motherfuckers jogging, all kind of shit going on, and people passing this poor guy by like he's trash, fam. That shit hurt my feelings. Trust me, it did. So that's why I said, we. That's why I brought that topic up in that way. That's why I said that. My wife showed me the Instagram footage of the Mike Rubin holiday party wear white shit. It don't intrigue me. That's just who I am. It looks cool. It looks like fun, whatever, maybe. But no, because I see too much other shit out there in the world that need help. That people who got real bread could help put a dent to some of this shit. Not saying that we can solve it, but we can put a dent. You know what I mean? It's just weird. That's just something I just wanted to bring up, man. And I had another topic to bring up that someone dropped something on my head, but I just wanted to bring that up. I'll save it for another day. That's more deep, and it has to deal with mass shootings. But I'll drop some. They call me. They were, oh, well, you trying to kick knowledge? I'm that dude sometimes who be trying to kick knowledge. So yeah, Mr. Beans, parlay with us. I do try to kick knowledge sometimes. So I'll try to drop y'all a little gems on some shit that I learned. Because we learn every day. We weren't taught everything that we supposed to know out here. So pick up a book sometimes too and read some shit like today. Well, next thing I'm gonna give a shout out before we switch the subject. You could go into another entertainment. You could even talk about this Mike Rubin thing, whatever you want to talk about. But quick little subject. Quick little shout out I want to drop real quick. I went to my famous bookstore in DC near Howard University called Sankofa Bookstore and Cafe. It's on Georgia Avenue in DC. And I frequent that place every time I go to DC to visit my daughter. And I go in there and I buy books by black authors, and I support a black bookstore. This bookstore's been in business for decades, and they're one of the last black bookstores in the DC area. Um, so they have a little cafe. It's all vegan, juicing and all that other type of stuff. And you can sit in there and you can read all different type of books. You can bring in it's like an internet cafe type of thing, but it's a black bookstore. And it's run by some continental Africans from I think I want to say Somalia or Ethiopia, one of the two, but I think it's Ethiopia. And it's a cool spot. And they that's where you learn when you go sit down amongst these people who what do you call educators and thinkers and readers, they put you onto some stuff. Like I came back with a book by Marcus Garvey, some of the teachings of Marcus Garvey. Um, I think we're about to celebrate I think it's either the birthday or something of Marcus Garvey. It's coming. I think if it didn't pass, it's coming up soon. So I purchased a book about Marcus Garvey. I'm gonna try to read this book, and I purchased a book written by a guy named Martin Delaney. Um, it's a book about um, where did race come from, the origin of race and color. That's the name of the book or something like that by Martin Delaney. So I'm gonna read that book. So that's why I get knowledge. I just don't, you know, sit there and Google search everything and try to say I pop knowledge in my head through some Google search. I try to read a few books every now and then, real shit, and give y'all a little stuff that's going on out there. And that's part of it, humanity. We gotta I don't want to, I'm not a hypocrite, but we have to we have to contribute to humanity. What we're doing right now, me and you, we're contributing to humanity. You know why? Because we're talking positive stuff. You know what I mean? And we're giving people knowledge about sports. And then we're giving people our little breakdown on what's going on in the world and entertainment. So we're putting back our little bit of intake into humanity. We're not putting out nothing negative. So that's where I'm at. That's my little spiel, Stony. I just want to drop that. It's a serious note because there's a lot of serious stuff going on, but we can get back to the lightened stuff, man.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
I got you thinking. I got you thinking for a second.
I think, yeah, man, all that's legit, man. It's a lot of stuff you got to take into account. Perspective and continue to learn about stuff and everything like that. But the thing I wanted to touch on the all white party.
Drop it.
Tom Brady.
Oh, I don't know. See, I didn't know. I don't know nothing about what happened at the Weird White.
That's why I was trying to. I was waiting, cool. Man. I was trying to.
No, I waiting.
That's what I was trying to get into.
I went to my Malcolm Farrakhan. I went to my Malcolm Farrakhan real quick. Had to give y'all a little bit of that.
I'm trying to get it. I want to entertain. People want to get into
but they want stuff. No, the juicy stuff, you could give them the juicy stuff, but we gotta still keep them the knowledge. We gotta keep them.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the only knowledge I was trying to keep was like sometimes we gotta look past some of that glossy stuff and look for the real. That's all I was saying. Yeah, so not to throw no down on it or anything like that. We love to have fun. Me and you.
No doubt. I mean, I was gonna
but when you see certain things, you kind of like want to put it out there and.
Yeah. I mean, look,
but so
that stuff's gonna always be happening. It's flexing. That's what that's called. They flexing. The rich flexing.
There you go. But
so they showing us. They showing us how they flex. That's just with this. Look at Mayweather.
Yeah.
He does it all day to the fullest.
Right.
Rick Ross.
Right.
Jay on a certain level, he does it. Every day, this is the world we're living in. What it is? It depends on who you are and how you look at it. I look at it, I might be motivated by it. There's people that's motivated by it. Like, damn, not saying that I'm going to try to get on that level, but.
No, it's motivation, though.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it as far as, they made it. A lot of these guys.
No. I'm not looking at their accomplishment and saying that these. I'm not friggin' chastising none of these guys' accomplishment, but I just said do something with it positive for humanity. That's it. Maybe I'm working for friggin' the WHO. I don't know, but I'm just saying Do something for. There's a lot going on out there. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
they probably are.
And they
We don't
probably are.
know.
And I don't know.
We don't know. Like
You're probably right. You're totally right. You're totally right.
because that stuff is not appealing to, at the moment. There might be charities and stuff that they do. Who knows?
Right,
But
right,
I think that particular situation, they just showing you how we have a good time.
Right.
How we do this, but what I was gonna touch on is
drop that, because I heard something that you was about to say, but go ahead. Something about I
don't
know because I was out the loop, but go ahead.
Well, all the pictures with the touchy and the hugging, and I was just gonna talk about what's trending. I was gonna talk about what's trending, and like a lot of these. If you look at, because I looked into all this stuff. So what happens is, when you look at a lot of these pictures from that all-white party, 4th of July bash, there was a lot of photos where everybody from the baby, Joel Embiid, just a lot of people, a lot of pictures of everybody just hugging and, just all types of awkward looking pictures. I might be thinking it's overblown. I mean, you take pictures, people can think about it. There's somebody in there snapping all kinds of pictures. You might be kicking it with your boy, y'all shaking hands, laughing like, oh, we're in hug, and somebody might have caught that picture. But what I was going to talk about was how these pictures of all these people with these awkward poses, as far as the hugs and like the baby, there's a picture, not the baby, there's a picture with little baby where he's hugging somebody and somebody's behind them, grabbing them, and they looking at the picture, laughing, having a good time. It was a suspect picture, but they probably got caught in the moment. Who knows? But a lot of people are talking about it, like 50 Cent is talking about it. All amongst, a few talking about that bash, talking about, hey, what's going on there? That's why I don't go to these little parties, man. These guys are taking all these funny pictures and a lot of funny things going on and what have you. And I don't think I think it's overblown. Don't get me wrong. I don't buy too much into that. But I just wanted to talk about how there was a lot of suspect pictures going on in that all-white party that's been trending online, and people's been questioning it. Like, why they taking these type of pictures for? Like, all these guys taking sandwich pics, like just all kinds of pictures. But I look at it like they was having a good time. It just somebody was there snapping away. Think about it. There's people at these parties that are specifically there to snap pictures.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about, they got
a million pictures,
snapping like thousands of pictures per minute. So think about it. We kicking it, we chilling, we doing all kinds of stuff. You might catch me on some awkward pose and stuff. So the problem is a lot of these pictures, they chose the wrong pictures to post. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure there's pictures that I saw where everybody's chilling. Normal pose, all the guys looking. But then you get these pictures that been trending and people have been talking about it. But I don't think it's a big deal. What I think is a big deal is Tom Brady, Kim Kardashian.
I heard.
And let me tell you why.
You just mentioned
listen, Tom Brady's my guy.
He was up on it.
That's my dude. If he bags that and shows all these losers how to I can't say Kanye's a loser because he had all the kids with her and all that. And they got married and all that. They went all the way with it. All due respect.
That's gonna be tough, man.
But Kanye flamed out. He flamed out. But Tom Brady, come on, man. He's gonna show these dudes how you do it. Because listen, all these guys that I feel, all these guys that
listen,
that
if he end up with Kim,
they all failed.
If he ends up with Kim Kardashian, trust what I tell you,
he's gonna do it the right way.
I think he did it because Giselle's gonna be woo. She gonna feel it,
Can't touch. Listen, Giselle. She's a model making all this money, but she can't touch Kim K. She can't.
That's what I'm saying. She's gonna feel it.
She can't see Kim K.
She's gonna be hurt. Yeah, she's gonna
It's
be
one
hurt.
thing when a guy leaves you and they get something that's a downgrade, but when you get something that's like an upgrade like that,
Yeah, she gonna be hurt.
he's that. Listen, he's that. That's my guy, man. That's why to me it's interesting. That's my guy. Listen, this Boston. I don't care where he went. He's Boston. Tom Brady's Boston, so therefore he's representing Boston, and he's gonna show all these losers like, yo, this is how Boston dudes do it. This is how you hold down a girl like that. As a fan, that's what I'm saying. As a fan, this is
Yo,
entertainment. It's entertainment. It's a fan,
no, that's crazy
but
though. Because
that's just what it is.
if he do end up with Kim Kardashian, you're talking about that's like
It's a rumor,
that's the topic of the year.
but he's smooth like that, man. They probably been dating for a while. Nobody
You
knew.
never know. Yeah, you never
That's
know.
some Boston shit right there.
Yeah, you're
Low
right
key.
about
I
that. Low
mean,
key.
like we know how to be low
That's low key.
and not get hot.
For real. So yeah, man, an hour and 25 minutes into it, man. That was a good. I think we had a good show podcast today. We talked about those firings. That's and where I think it's going. We're both on the same page with this streaming thing. The suspended players with the gambling. I had my qualms about them suspending the players for gambling because gambling is becoming so prevalent. But now I understand your side of it and how you're leading with the integrity part of
They
the
can't
game.
gamble. They listen. If they're gonna
And I
gamble,
know
have somebody do it for you.
yeah,
Don't.
and I
They did it in
understand.
a way where they was able to track them. Do it
Yeah,
like
and
you
I and I
gamble,
and
do it in
you
a
know
way where nobody can know.
yeah, and I understand it now. I kind of like not kind of like I do understand it. It don't mix. So you're right. Find somebody else to do it. So yeah, we talked about that. Then we jumped into the entertainment. I dropped some knowledge about my feelings about rich people. Sorry. And you dropped some knowledge about compromising photos with big name stars during this 4th of July all white party weekend with Mike Rubin's house in the Hamptons. And then you dropped the bombshell because I heard vaguely about it in the whisk and the wind, but I didn't pay attention to it about Tom Brady and some nice hugging up pictures with Kim K.
No, he didn't have hugging up pictures with Kim K. He
He
had a
didn't.
picture with her. They wasn't hugging. They was more like side by side. He had a
Okay.
picture with Jay.
Okay.
Tom Brady had a picture. Yo, listen. Tom came through there. He represented, man. He took a picture with Jay. He took a picture with Kim K, but it was clean though. It was clean. It was
Oh,
nothing.
okay. Oh, okay.
It was clean.
I
Then he
thought it
took a
was
picture.
like,
Nah,
looking
it was
like
a
they
clean. It
came
was
near
clean.
together. I thought it was
Nah,
like they came near together type
that's
picture.
not his style, man. Come on, man. Listen. Let me tell you something about Tom Brady. He played 20 years in the league. 17 of those was here. Boston. Fuck Foxborough. Fuck all that shit. Boston. He was around Boston people, and he learned what it is to be a Boston dude. Somebody
True.
from Boston.
True.
You move low, smooth, and effective. And that's just how he is. He moves that way. You know what I'm saying? So he's not gonna play himself. He's not gonna play himself. He ain't gonna give you nothing to be like, oh, that's how strategic he is.
Yeah.
So he took a clean picture. It was clean, like just I think both his arms was down. Oh, another thing. Let me see.
So why they wouldn't even
Hold
jump
on.
on top? Why would they even, if it was clean, why would they even bring that up then? Why would they even try to correlate the two if it look clean?
Because people got information. Because
Yeah,
people got information. This is people in the inside that got
okay.
info.
Okay.
This is what it be.
Okay.
I could sell you some info. Like, you want to hear some shit? Boom,
Right.
hit me with 5 stacks. I got some good shit that you could talk about. You know what I mean? People got info, so you're not gonna be obvious about it. You're gonna be clean. Like, but there was something I wanted to talk about, man. It's crazy because I just finished talking about Jay-Z with Tom Brady taking a picture. I'm not feeling the whole. I don't know. I don't know if it's some rich person style or something that rich people do, but the whole you wearing your blazer, your tux without your arms out the sleeve, like you got it over you.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
like that. I don't like that's not. I don't like
Oh
that. I
no,
know
that's that bourgeois.
that bourgeois. I'm all good with that. Jay was on that shit. I
Yeah,
had a
yeah. You
comment.
got the jacket. You got the jacket.
He
Just
had the
hang
jacket
your
over him,
shoulders.
but he
Yeah,
does
the
it a
jacket
lot.
over.
He does it
No,
a lot.
because that's old school.
I'm
That's
all
old
set with that.
school. That's bourgeois.
That bourgeois. I'm all set with
That's
that.
bourgeois. That's fancy. I'm
I'm
fancy.
right.
You know what I mean? I don't even put my
Right.
sleeves in the jacket. Like that's just to
I,
cover
I,
my
I
shoulders.
commented. I commented in the picture
Yeah,
he took with Beyonce. I said, "Yo, where's your arms, son?"
yeah,
I said, "Where your arms at?" This dude got a
yeah,
picture, no arms, nothing. Just I get it, but that's not my style, though.
yeah. That's that
You keep that.
bourgeoisie. Yeah, that's that
That
elitist type stuff.
bourgeoisie, man.
That's
You
that
can keep that.
elitist type of shit. Yeah, that's the elitist shit. Like,
Yeah, they
you
can
know what I
keep that.
mean?
They can
Yeah,
keep that. I'm all
yeah,
good with that, man.
yeah.
Tom Brady ain't doing nothing like that. You know what I'm
Now,
saying?
well,
Yo,
if you see
come
him
on.
doing it, you better check him too. Like, yo, what's up with this style?
Nah, he ain't doing that. I don't worry about that. He ain't doing that. Mark Wahlberg ain't doing that either.
You
And
could
them
be
dudes
right.
are up there with the status.
You could
They're
be
not
right.
doing that, man. Like, that's just how we are, man. We're unique, and that's just what it is, man. That's a subject for another day, man.
How Boston do it? Yeah, the dude
how we
with
move.
brothers from Boston, people from Boston. You know, we got a reputation. You know, to tell you the truth, before we go, you know, we're about to shut this off. But before you go, you know, when you travel, watch. We're about to hit up. You know, me and you about. Oh yeah, guys, parlay with us with Stony Cook and Mr. Beans is going on location. We will be coming to you guys with a live show from Las Vegas around, I would say, we were looking at 15, 16, or is it the 17th, 18th? Let me take a
No,
look.
it's
Let me take a quick look. Let me take a quick look because I want to let the people know we will be bringing you guys on location a live show August. Here we
August
go.
17th.
August 17th.
Excuse me.
So we might be bringing you guys a live show Thursday night or Friday afternoon, depending on scheduling, because we're flying out to the West Coast. We're doing a live show, maybe from the Mirage. Parlay with us. We'll be kicking a live show. We're going out to Vegas to work on some things out there. And while we're there, we're gonna bring you guys a nice live show from either our hotel or live on the floor of the sports book. So yeah, stay tuned to that, guys. Parlay with us is going on location to Las Vegas. So yeah, Riz, what else?
Yo, we got a lot of these youngins facing all types of time, man. That's going on right now. That YM Melly trial, he's about to
Mm,
get smoked.
mm.
Um,
Oh yeah, the kid from Miami.
yeah, I think he's yup, exactly. Shot his
Yeah,
two. He's charges. They charged him with killing his two best friends, which is
he
which is
killed his
weird. I don't
friend.
know why they keep saying that, but it's two friends.
Wow,
So he's about to get smoked.
wow.
It's gonna be a wrap
He
for
had a
that
good.
dude.
He had a couple of hit songs, right? He had a couple of hits.
Probably, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
he
I
had
don't
a
listen
few
to him.
hits. I don't
I
know
don't listen
why.
to him.
I don't
I,
know,
I don't.
but
I don't be listening to youngins.
one hit wonders, whatever. But he had some
He
shit.
has some. Thing is with a
Right.
lot of these youngins, real quick. A lot of these youngins, they getting a lot of money in advance. They getting a
Mhm.
lot of money in advance.
Mhm.
They out
Mhm.
here flossing, flexing, and all that stuff, and then they do a uh couple of tours. Like a lot of these companies are getting their money quick
Mhm.
already. They getting their money fast. One, two.
Mhm.
It's just sad because a lot of these record labels that's giving them all this money, they know what they're getting themselves into, man. Like NBA YoungBoy and all these dudes, man. They liabilities, but
Mhm.
they don't care, man. They already cashing in that check with these dudes.
Mhm.
They're already getting their money triple times.
Triple time the money they
Yeah,
got.
they'll give them 10,000 up front, but
Not even
they
ten
getting that
thousand. They
30,
getting up. They
40
giving. You know what's
in the
happening?
back end.
These dudes are giving up the millions. All right, they'll
Yeah,
give
man.
them.
So
They'll be like, oh yeah, we'll give you $1 million. Give us 3 albums or one album. They'll take one friggin' album for $1 million from these young boys. These young boys will take that million, and that record company will make 10, 15, 20 million off of that one album or one song or whatever, right?
yeah,
So yeah, man, these young kids that's out here, um, they don't realize that they're being used, in the system of hip hop with these mogul companies or
yeah, with
these
the contracts, man.
leeches.
They
The
signing
contract
360 deals. That's what they call them, 360 deals. They'll give you
360
money up
deals.
front, but
Yeah.
they get a percentage of everything else, merchandise, anything you
Yeah.
do, they got the rights to it.
Right. They get some percentage, but the parent company's making all the money though.
That's what I'm saying. They getting a piece of everything. That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell
They
you. They get a
own
piece
you in
of
a way.
touring,
Yeah.
piece of
It look
merchandise, not all of it, but they get. Look, it's a situation where I'm coming into the office. They're gonna give me 10 million up front, and then I get a certain percentage of everything else, and they get a bigger percentage of everything else. I'm gonna take it
mm-hmm.
because it's gonna come down to what I do with that 10 million I get up front. How am I gonna
Mm-hmm.
stretch it? How am I gonna invest it? How am I going to triple, quadruple it? You know what I'm saying? But a lot of
Right.
these youngins don't know how to do that. All they know how to do is
Nah,
flex.
they flexing
And
they
it's not
just
their fault because that's what's selling. That's what's selling their image. They selling their product. That's the world we in. We gotta sell these
flexing.
fucking yeah,
Choker
with
neck,
these
choker,
chains
the
and
choker chains, the
showing
choker
everybody that
chains. Yeah, 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 yeah.
right. Get
The
the
flex.
followers, people interested. Yeah, the whole flexing thing, but it seemed like they all
Yeah.
doing the same thing, man. They all getting these chains and
But
to
it's
me, I
not
think
it's not it's not
it's
it's
a
not
waste of money.
it's there you go. It's not
They're
substantial.
getting robbed.
They're getting robbed.
and,
They
and
don't even realize. But the other part of
no, but
that,
I mean robbed literally. Like a lot of them get stuck up for those
oh,
chains.
stuck up. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, like, yeah, yeah, you're right. Um,
even killed, some of these
yeah.
rappers.
Um, now these guys, these big time rappers are selling catalogs now. People are
That's another
selling
thing.
they selling their
They're
catalogs
selling their catalog. You're seeing it a lot.
a lot. Why is that trend? When people was trying to buy their catalogs, why are they selling now? Remember, people was trying to buy back their rights. So many artists and rappers was always fighting Prince, this one and this one, to buy their rights back. How come? How come? How come they selling their rights now? They selling.
Shout out to Faceless Demo.
Oh man,
I
Faceless
gotta give him a
Demo.
shout out.
Yo, what's up,
Um,
Faceless Demo? Long time don't see. Long time,
so
man.
he, so
What
he's
up,
saying I
family?
hear a few of these young guys have leased their jewelry. You know something? You're right.
You're
I've heard
right.
it as well because it's an image. It's an image they trying to like portray. It's an image like so. If they got to lease jewelry, they got to lease this, lease that. They got to show everybody that they got it popping. They got it going on. Follow me, listen to me. Look at
True.
this. I'm doing that.
True. True.
So
True.
that's a strategy these guys are doing right now. It's like fake it till you make it. You've
Right.
heard that saying, fake it till I make it. And that's what a lot of these guys are doing, man. That's just part of their whole routine, and that's whole part of their strategy with this
He said, "Hats
hip
off,
hop.
fellas. Good." Let me just put that up there. I like that, man. This dude's cool, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
We
Yeah.
appreciate that, man. We appreciate that faceless demo. Thanks for tapping back in, man. We've been
Yes,
getting
sir.
people coming back in every now and then. We're not it's our fault. I mean, we were staying consistent with the Thursday nights up until the finals finish, and then we kind of got a little bit of discombobulated. But we're back on it. Faceless demo,
That's right, faceless demo, all image. That's what it is. It's all image, man.
all image. I think if you probably did hear Faceless Demo, we're going to be bringing a live show coming out of Las Vegas in the middle of August. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have a live show coming from the Mirage Hotel. And we're probably going to try to do something in the sports book if they allow us to bring our cameras in there, one camera at least.
It's
So
all part
yeah.
of marketing. I'm sorry. I mean, it's all it's the whole marketing plan. A lot of these artists got a marketing plan.
Oh
What's
no
the
no
marketing
no.
plan?
Yeah.
Let's sell that image.
But
Do what we got to do.
that's what it's all about. Everything's about image and sales is marketing. You got to be able to sell yourself. And I understand that in hip hop. And sometimes these guys sell themselves to the extreme though. Where the ops are come looking for them now because they're mainstream. Before, you know, and like you said, it's all some of it is image, some of it is they get the bag in their hand and now they out in the hood and doing bad things. Who knows? I don't know, man. These young kids, man, they got the game all twisted. That's all I can say. Because with that type of bread, they should be making bigger moves than that.
No question. They got to be smart. They got to be smart with.
No mentors out there, no real mentors out there telling them like, yo, listen, bro, you just came up, yo. This is what you should be doing. This is what we're gonna do. Boom, boom, bam, bam,
Or they don't
boom.
want to listen.
Or they don't
That's what
want
it
to
is. They don't
listen.
want to listen. They want to do things their way. They stubborn. Um, Ja Morant. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
gonna,
Like,
I was gonna say
not
that.
even to get
Well,
away
I don't
from
know.
it.
I don't know how we was thinking the same thing, but
These
we're not gonna
dudes are
jump back on the
different.
NBA. But he's a young boy, the same type of thing.
These young boys are different, man.
He's not listening.
And
I
they're
don't
not.
know if it's he's not taking heed, and I'm sure he has senior guys and ball players out there in the league that's trying to drop some knowledge on him. But is he gonna take it? That's the whole thing.
He's not. He's probably gonna get caught up again. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, he's a hothead,
He
man. Like
listen.
I don't know him
If
personally,
they let him back in and he
but
get caught
I
up
could.
again, he don't deserve what he got.
Yeah, but he's gonna probably get caught up doing some other knucklehead stuff. You know what I mean? Like he's just. I don't believe him. You know what I mean? Put it that way.
Yo,
As
the
an
kid
owner,
got
I don't.
talent though.
He got the talent. That's what it is. That's what saves a lot of these guys. But you as an owner, sometimes you gotta just set precedents. You gotta just sometimes you gotta separate all of that, and you gotta look at the health of your organization, your team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying to drop them, but I think some of these owners need to start really like laying it down. They need to start like letting these guys know that's what it is, man. These guys feel like they're untouchable. I'm too good. I can do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
And that could
Mm-hmm.
be problem. That could be a problem. It could be dangerous.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a bad example.
Right. Right.
So you gotta set that precedence. Like okay,
Yeah.
around okay, how much of an all-star you are.
Right.
The team is bigger than you, so I'm gonna do what I got to do because we can't continue to have this. And he's lucky he got the time that he's gonna get off. He didn't get nothing, man. They gave him a slap in the wrist.
Yeah. How many games you got?
I don't know, probably I think 8 or something, man. I
Yeah.
don't.
That ain't nothing.
It was
Slap
nothing,
in the-
man.
Let me
Who
see
got
this.
caught? What? The second time waving some shit. Like, man, come on, man. Like, I'm not. But it's just stupidity in some of these guys. That's what upsets me so much.
He said
Man,
so. So Faceless said the stage transition to social media, athletes, artists, actors, they all want to stay relevant in the threads. Yeah, bro.
That's true.
Me and Stony, I know you probably jumped in a little bit late, Faceless. In the podcast, you could probably go back and watch it again. But we talked about I talked about, we both did about streaming and the world we're moving into when it comes to streaming with sports and a lot of these high profile names out there, commentators and analysts, getting canned by layoffs from Disney and ESPN. And my synopsis or my breakdown on that is that these guys are going to have social media and these streaming platforms to fall back on. So you're right. Within all aspects of entertainment, you're right. It's social media today in all aspects. I just said it. Sports, you said it. You just wrote it there. Athletes, artists, actors. That's entertainment. You see what I'm saying? So Faceless Demo is 100% right. He hit the nail on the head. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but look, me and you on social media, but we're the regular guy. We're the regular guy that's parlaying, kicking it on a Saturday night, talking about things that's going on. So I think that's what social media probably was built for, right? But now the artists, the athlete, the actors, they jumping on too. Think about it. People got movies on YouTube movies, YouTube TV shows. That's all streaming. I'm talking about the same way we got our own Parlay With Us podcast station or channel. There's people creating actual TV shows, hood comedies, hood movies, all that stuff using cameras and things like that. They invested on their own and they shooting and they showing these things on YouTube, uploading their channels and their videos and their TV shows. Creating, that's what you call independent creating. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to create independently, So I always got to drop, the disclaimer, guys. Like and subscribe, share this. That's what we need. I always like and subscribe because I'm trying to get subscribers up. I always say likes because the likes help with our algorithm. But I need you guys to share this so other people can subscribe. So Faceless, Reggie, my man Terrence, all my people out there on that is subscribed to Parlay With Us. Share these videos, share our YouTube handle with your friends and your people on YouTube that you're friends with and that subscribed with you, so we can all have a community of Parlay With Us sport podcast, and we talk about everything under the sun when it comes to sports entertainment. So yeah, everybody out there, share this, share this content, share this video, share this, share this handle. We need it. So Stony, what you got next before I shut this tube down, man? Faceless jumped in a little late, but I know if he goes back and watch it from the beginning, he'll like it. We did drop some gems on things that's going on. I had a Malcolm Farrakhan moment, um, where I had to kind of like drop some knowledge about humanity and what's going on out there in the world. You'll probably like that little bit of take. It's a serious take. Um, and yeah, that's it, man. And we talked about the white thing, the Wear White Party, Tom Brady, So yeah, look into that, man. But like I said, share this video, guys. Share this handle, Parlay With Us podcast with Stony Cook, Mr. Beans. So yo, Stony, we're gonna get off this. It's an hour and 50 minutes, running strong. Um, I think out of topics for tonight. Um, it was our first night back on a little week or and a half hiatus. Um, I think we'll be able to drop another video sometime next week, maybe on our regular. Um, if we don't move to, it depends on the scheduling. If we don't move to Friday nights or Saturday nights, however it works. I think me and you talked about Saturday nights for this summertime sessions before we go into the NFL season, which will be Thursday nights and Sunday nights. Saturday nights might be good for this year because for this summertime season, as we call it, as I will call it, due to spring training and everything, spring training, due to camp will be busting out in the next couple of weeks, NFL camp, and preseason usually have games on Saturday nights. So Saturday nights might be good for us to do Parlay With Us for the summertime session, Parlay With Us on Saturday nights with Mr. Beans and Stony Crook. So look out for that. I think that's something that we'll probably put into play and go from there.
Yeah,
so,
man.
So Faceless Demo, yes, Faceless Demo. Thanks for everything, man. He said, keep it going. I will tune in for the next one. Yo, thanks, Faceless Demo. You are a true Parlay With Us family member. You've been rocking with us since we went live the first time, man. You've been on there and you've had some good comments. You've had some good conversations with us. We enjoy it. We will see you again. Look out for those what do you call that? Look out for that notification on our next one. I think we'll based on scheduling, I think it has to do with Stony scheduling. We'll be chopping maybe Saturday nights for the summertime sessions on Parlay With Us. All right. Let me see what he got. He dropped some. He said something else. Gold Cup going on. Soccer not too popular, but it's fight. Yo, Faceless. Let me tell you about soccer, my dude. If you got soccer, yes, Messi's coming to Miami. I know. Next time, thoughts on about. Okay, good, man. Thank you. We love that. Write that down, Stony. My man wants some. He wants us to commentate and analyze Messi coming to Miami to an MLS. I'm not a big MLS. I don't have the major knowledge in Major League. Well, is it called Major League Soccer? I don't know. Yeah, Major League Soccer. I don't have too much knowledge in Major League Soccer. I am a soccer fan, not a diehard fan. I don't know too much about I know the who's, the Rolandos, the Messis, and these guys. I'm not a big time soccer fan, but I do love the sport. I am Premier League. I love watching the Premier League. So I love the Premier League stuff, Faceless Demo. And I do love World Cup stuff. So I know the Gold Cup is going on. I heard that my team, Trinidad and Tobago, beat somebody a couple of weeks ago in the Gold Cup qualifying, whatever. So I know that's going on. I'm going to do my knowledge since you want to talk about soccer. For our next one next Saturday, I'm going to do my knowledge this week. That's my homework. Do some knowledge on MLS. Do some knowledge on the Gold Cup soccer series that's going on. That's be the next thing. All right, Faceless, you got me on that one. Good one. That's some good topics. We need to talk about soccer. It's summertime. he said, yes. No, Faceless. I know one thing I do know about soccer faceless is MLS is minor league compared to the rest of the world. This MLS soccer thing they got going on here in America, it's a joke. Like I said, Premier League is my thing. Sometimes I watch the Euro League, Copa. So if you know I'm calling out some of these words, you know I watch, right? I don't know the players. I know the sport as far as the logistics of how the sport is, watching a game. I know how to watch soccer and I love the entertainment of it. So, but you're right. MLS is garbage compared to Premier League and Euro League and Copa League and all these other different leagues. They even got an African league. Um, so yeah, you're right. I'm gonna get into that. So my homework this week is to get my knowledge up on the Gold Cup and what's going on in the Gold Cup and who's the best teams, who's the projected winners, who's looking to win, who they think that's win the Gold Cup, and give you some knowledge on Messi. He he said Messi coming to Miami is like LeBron going to play ball in India. It's like a big thing, basically. So I get what you're saying, man. I understand the concept. So Messi coming to America to play American sports and suck up some American money. That's all. He's gonna make Major League MLS. He's gonna make sure they give him 10 bags because he know he could have made 30 bags in Europe or one of those leagues in the Premier League or something like that. So, you know, um, Messi's coming to just finish his if not even a twilight. Well, finish his career, or he's past his prime. I would say you might know more than me, faceless, but Messi's about at the end of his career, if I'm not mistaken. It seems like most soccer players, David Beckham, you can name a few of them. I think somebody came not too long ago. Another one of them came over here. I can't remember his name. They all come over to MLS at the end of their career and they take MLS money. They just suck the lifeblood out of MLS because MLS just need these guys for notoriety. So when a guy like Messi and a guy like who came over to that was a while ago, but Beckham and I think someone else came. When those guys come over to MLS and play soccer for America or whatever, MLS Major League Soccer, they're not coming here to win championships and to make the sport to put the sport on their back, as I would say. They only coming to MLS to suck the lifeblood out of the money and to two with once again marketing their name, their face, put it on a piece of paper or put it on a helmet or put it on a jersey or put it on some decal, and now they can sell it to whatever team they're going to play for, and that could help generate viewers from America to love the sport, viewers from overseas, those guys from overseas who love Messi and all these guys so much. The American Argentinian and the American doesn't even matter who they are. They all love these different players from all these different foreign world countries. And if they come to America to play the sports now, these guys end up. You did that? Don't worry
Okay.
about it. Don't worry about that. These guys end up with with the bag, and then MLS ends up with some notoriety. That's all it is. So we'll talk about soccer next week, my man. And I don't even know who Zoltan Abrahimovic. Abrahimovic. I don't know who Zoltan Ibrahimovic is, man. You're gonna have to throw some knowledge. I'm gonna look him up, and I'll get some knowledge on that kid. He must be good because if you put him out there, he must be good. He said he also came and conquered MLS. See, just I'm not a big. I don't know soccer like I said Facebook, but I know strategics. I know how a league will use these big time players that was out there on the world stage to try to build a brand over here in America to create something that's viewable. Listen, we got Revolution, right? We have the Revolution soccer team right here, the New England Revolution, right down the street from me, faceless. Literally a 10-15 minutes drive down to Foxborough from where I live to go watch um, the Revolution for small money, not even big money. I know somebody who got a season ticket and it didn't even cost them that much. 2 tickets season, it didn't cost them that much, right? And but the sport doesn't have notoriety and the sport doesn't have a following. The only people who follow MLS sports or would go to that Foxborough to watch MLS sports the diehard soccer fans, which will be most likely Central American, South American, Brazilian, name them all, Argentinian, all of them, right? West Indian, and some European. The real diehard soccer Europeans, like the Irish and maybe some Brits and stuff like that. But other than that, American people are not running into the soccer stadium in the summertime to watch dudes kick football. I'm sorry. They need to do something more to bring in people into the sports. And what they're trying to do in America is develop it from the youth. So that's why youth soccer here in America is one of the biggest sports, let's say, sports games going on. Like, let's say, um, pre high school, or how you want to call it, little league or whatever. Soccer right now is one of the biggest things in America. They trying to push soccer amongst the little kids and in America more than they pushing any other sport. Reason why they say it's, yes, it's still a contact sport, but it's not head trauma and stuff like that. So soccer's being pushed and lacrosse. So other sports are being dwindling. Football recruitment, basketball recruitment. Basketball is so not watered down. There's so much competition in basketball because there's a lot of great kids out there. So a lot of people are moving into soccer and they trying to recruit these kids into playing soccer. So yes, faceless. Nice, finishing up my last 10 minutes of this show. We're over 2 hours and 2 minutes now, kicking it some soccer. I don't have a whole 100% knowledge in soccer, but I am a soccer fan. I do know a little bit about soccer. I do watch the game. I love the technical stuff about soccer. Um, so yeah, that will be our next topic, man. We will bring in some topics about soccer. Thanks. I know you want to hear about it, so I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to do our homework. So yo, Stony, we're about to get out of here. I'm going to drop that outro. Remember, we got to talk about some soccer because that's what you know, that's what our family faceless out here wants to talk about next time on our tube. So we will drop some soccer knowledge. We will talk about this Gold Cup. I'll do some work on that. In the meantime, you can do the work on the other stuff. So, guys, I am up against it, man. I am running out of it. It's Parlay With Us. That's the spiel. I'm gonna always drop this. I have to drop it because I need it to get drilled in. It's Parlay With Us podcast. Stony Crook, Mr. Beans. We talk about sports and entertainment. Like, subscribe, share, thumbs up, the whole nine. Do it all. Do it all. Smash the like button. You can punch the like button. You could do whatever you want to do to that like button. You can you can hit the subscribe, do whatever you got to do. Just do those things. Share it. You know what I mean? Share it on your social media sites. Like, yo, check these dudes out. They cool. They smooth with it. Beantown all day, Boston. We're bringing it to you guys from Boston, East Coast, 617. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm out. That's my spiel. Mr. Beans. What you got, Stoney?
We out.
All right, Stoney's out, man. He didn't have much for you guys, so boom, I'm gonna drop it.
Yeah, God, to make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through.
All right, y'all.